The night on Mars was quiet, too quiet. Inside Research Base Helios 9, most lights were dim and machines hummed softly in the background. Dr. Aaron Miles sat alone in the medical lab, finishing his last report. He rubbed his tired eyes. Another long shift, another lonely night. Then suddenly, the base alarm screamed. A harsh metallic siren cut through the silence. Red warning lights flashed across the hallway. Aaron jumped up, knocking over his coffee mug. Hot liquid spilled across the floor, but he didn't care. What now? He muttered, grabbing his scanner. The alarm wasn't for fire or oxygen loss. It said biological breach. His heart started racing. Biological breaches meant something, or someone, had entered the base without permission. He ran toward the outer gate. The corridor lights flickered, and a cold wind blew in from the airlock chamber. When the doors slid open, Aaron froze. A small figure stood there, shaking. It wasn't human. It was a child, maybe half his height, with pale silver skin that shimmered under the red lights. Its eyes were large and full of tears that glowed faintly blue. The child looked up at him, trembling, and said in a broken voice, "Please fix my mom."
"She won't stop shaking."
Aaron blinked, stunned. He stepped forward slowly, afraid to scare the little creature. "Hey, it's okay," he said softly. "I'm a doctor. Where is your mom?" The child pointed toward the airlock behind it. "Inside, she's sick. Please hurry." Aaron pressed the emergency override. The airlock doors opened with a hiss. Inside, on the metal floor, lay an alien woman. Her body glowed faintly, light pulsing beneath her skin like liquid fire, but she was shaking, violently, uncontrollably. Her arms twitched, her fingers stiffened, her body arching in pain. The metal floor around her was cracked, as if something powerful was trying to burst out from inside. Aaron knelt beside her. "She's burning up," he said. His scanner flickered and died the moment he aimed it at her. No readings. "What kind of species are you?" The child clung to his coat. "You can save her, right? You're human. You heal." Aaron looked at him, confused. "How do you know that?" The child shook its head. "Because my mom said humans fix everything." "Please fix her before she breaks apart." Aaron lifted the woman carefully. She was surprisingly light, but her skin felt warm, almost too warm to touch. The lights on her body pulsed faster, matching the rhythm of his heartbeat. For a moment he felt a strange pull, like something invisible reached into his chest. The child's eyes widened. "She's choosing you." "What?" Aaron asked, stepping back. But it was too late. He felt a deep vibration inside him, like a second heartbeat syncing with his own. He carried the alien woman into the quarantine bay and laid her on a medical bed. The machines flickered again. Their readings went wild. Every screen filled with static and strange symbols he couldn't recognize. Aaron turned to the child. "What's your name?" The child hesitated. "Lyra." "Okay, Lyra, I'll do everything I can, but I need to know what's happening to her. Do you know what caused this?" Lyra wiped her glowing tears. "Humans did. They took her and hurt her. They made her like this." Aaron's stomach turned. "Humans from Earth?" Lyra nodded slowly. "They said they wanted to make her better. Make her stronger. But she screamed for days. Then they left her." Aaron frowned. "Who left her? Where?" Lyra looked down. "In the dark. I found her shaking. I brought her here because she said the only ones who could fix her are humans." Aaron didn't know what to say. The tremors from the alien woman grew worse, shaking the whole table. The lights flickered again. For a second, everything went black. When power returned, Aaron saw something that made his blood freeze. A faint silver light glowed beneath his own skin, tiny threads crawling up his arms. His hands shook the same way the alien woman's did. No, this can't be," he whispered. Lyra stepped closer. "You're connected now. She made you her lifeline. If she dies..." Aaron looked at her, horrified. "Then what happens?" Lyra's voice trembled. "You die too." The room fell silent except for the alien woman's labored breathing. Aaron stared at his shaking hands, then at the child crying beside him. He was a doctor, trained to heal, not to panic. But this was something beyond medicine. He looked at Lyra and said firmly, "Then I'll save her. I don't care what it takes." Lyra's eyes filled with hope for the first time, but somewhere deep inside the base, a hidden system came online. A red light blinking quietly with the words, Unauthorized biological contact detected. Aaron didn't notice it. But soon, others would. And they would not be happy that a human doctor had just become the lifeline of an alien. The soft hum of machines echoed through the quarantine bay as Dr. Aaron Miles worked quickly. The alien woman's trembling had slowed, but only because he had injected her with a mix of sedatives meant for humans. It was a risky move, but it bought him time. Lyra sat nearby, hugging her knees, her glowing eyes watching every move he made. The little alien looked terrified and exhausted, like she hadn't slept in days. Aaron's hands shook as he typed into his console. Every medical scanner failed to read the alien's vitals. Her blood, and if it could be called that, shimmered like liquid glass. Her heartbeat wasn't steady. It pulsed in strange geometric rhythms. He muttered under his breath, "This isn't a disease. It's transformation." Lyra lifted her head. "She's changing because of them. The humans who took her." Aaron stopped typing. "You keep saying that. What did they do to her, Lyra?" The child's voice trembled. "They said they wanted to fix her, to make her stronger. They called it Project Symbio. They put light inside her." Aaron froze. That name, Project Symbio, sounded familiar. He had seen it once, buried deep in old Earth defense files. It was an experimental program to merge human DNA with alien bioforms. It was shut down years ago after the first test subjects vanished. He turned to Lyra. "Where did your mother come from?" "She was taken from Illyria," the child said softly. "They said she was special. They said she could connect to humans." Aaron leaned closer. "Connect how?" Lyra pointed to his hand. The faint silver glow beneath his skin flickered again. "Like that. Her energy chose you. You are her lifeline now." Aaron swallowed hard. He didn't fully understand what that meant, but he could feel the truth of it. When the alien woman's heartbeat slowed, his chest grew tight. When she gasped, his breath caught too. Their lives were now one thread, tied together by something beyond science. He looked at Lyra. "If we're connected, then I can feel her pain. Maybe I can also find out what's wrong." He reached for a neural scanner and placed it on his own temple. The screen filled with static, then flashed strange symbols, looping circles and glowing veins. For a brief second, Aaron saw flashes inside his mind, bright lights, a white lab, and human scientists surrounding the same alien woman, screaming as needles of light pierced her body. Aaron ripped off the scanner, panting. Sweat ran down his face. They tortured her." Lyra nodded. "You see now. You feel it too." He stared at the alien woman on the bed. "She's not sick. Her body is rejecting what they put inside her, a human code. Her cells are fighting to remove it." Lyra looked at him with wide eyes. "Can you stop it?" Aaron hesitated. "I can try, but if I do anything wrong, it could kill both of us." Lyra stepped forward, placing her tiny, glowing hand on his arm. "Then don't fail. You're all she has left." Before Aaron could respond, the base's door scanner beeped. "Access request, Commander Aro." His heart jumped. "No, not now." He quickly dimmed the lights and covered the alien woman with a thermal blanket. "Lyra, hide under the console. Don't make a sound." The child nodded and crawled under just as the door slid open. Commander Rowe, a tall woman with cold eyes, stepped inside. "Miles," she said sharply, "why is the quarantine bay sealed?" "We detected a biological anomaly." Aaron forced a calm smile. "False alarm. A sensor glitch, probably from the sandstorm interference." Rowe walked past him, glancing at the machines. "Your readings look strange. You're sure there's no unauthorized life form here?" Aaron's heart pounded. "Positive, ma'am." Rowe stared at him for a long, tense moment. Then she turned to leave. "If I find out you're hiding anything, Doctor, you'll be shipped back to Earth for trial. And you know what they do to people who break alien contact law." The door hissed shut behind her. Aaron let out a shaky breath. Lyra crawled out, her small face pale. "She'll hurt my mom if she finds her," she whispered. Aaron nodded grimly. "I know, that's why we have to keep her alive, fast." He turned back to the alien woman. Her glow had dimmed. The shaking had stopped, but her breathing was shallow. Aaron gently touched her arm. The moment he did, a jolt of energy rushed through his body. His vision blurred and a soft voice echoed in his mind. "Help me." "The light is breaking." He gasped and pulled back. Lyra looked at him. "Did she speak to you?" Aaron nodded slowly. "Yes. She's trapped between life and something else. I think she's fighting the thing they put inside her." He grabbed his med kit. If humans did this to her, then humans can fix it. And I'll prove it, even if it kills me. Lyra's eyes glowed brighter. Then you really are the Lifeline. Outside the quarantine bay in the command center, Commander Rowe watched her screen. She zoomed in on Aaron's chamber. Infrared showed 3 life forms instead of 2. She narrowed her eyes and whispered, "Got you, Doctor." And somewhere deep under the base, the old systems of Project Symbio began to wake again. Dr. Aaron Miles barely slept that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw flashes. The alien woman's face twisting in pain, silver light crawling through her skin, and his own reflection shaking in the glass. When he finally stood up, the lights flickered once more. A cold whisper slid across his mind. "Find the core, before it breaks us both." He pressed a hand to his chest. Her voice again. The connection was growing stronger. He wasn't just linked to her heartbeat now. He could hear her thoughts. Lyra was still sitting by her mother's side, humming softly, a strange melody that sounded like wind passing through crystal. Aaron watched her for a moment. Despite her alien form, she looked so small, so human. "How long has she been like this?" Aaron asked quietly. Lyra's voice trembled. "Since I brought her from the Black Caves. Every hour she shakes more. She said the light inside her is dying, and when it dies, I'll be alone." Aaron knelt beside her. "You won't be alone, I promise." But inside, he wasn't sure. His own hands still glowed faintly. Every time the alien woman trembled, his pulse raced faster. Their bond was deepening, whether he wanted it or not. He turned to his workstation. The medical data made no sense. Her cells weren't dying. They were adapting. They formed shifting shapes, connecting to each other in new ways, like they were rewriting themselves. "This isn't a virus," Aaron whispered. "It's evolution." Lyra tilted her head. "She's changing to survive?" "Yes. But the human code inside her is unstable. It's fighting back. That's what's killing her." Lyra looked down sadly. "She told me humans used to help. Why would they hurt her?" Aaron didn't answer. He remembered Commander Rowe's warning. "Alien contact law," they called. It the law that said no human could interfere with any alien life form unless authorized. But this wasn't interference, this was compassion. He picked up a small device, a neural sync scanner. "Lyra, if I connect our minds again, I might see what's happening inside her body. But it could hurt me." Lyra stood up. "You said you're her lifeline." "Lifelines don't break." Aaron smiled weakly. "You sound like her." He placed the scanner on his temple again and touched the alien woman's hand. The moment contact was made, a flash of white light filled the room. His breath caught. And suddenly, he wasn't in the lab anymore. He was standing in a vast field of silver grass under 2 suns. The sky shimmered with floating lights. A tall figure stood before him. The alien woman, but whole, radiant, alive. "Who are you?" Aaron asked. Her voice echoed like music. "I am Alara of Illyria. You are the human chosen by the bond. I called to you because my body is failing. The human light they put in me is tearing me apart." Aaron took a step closer. "I can help you, but I need to know what they did." Alara's eyes filled with sadness. "They said they wanted peace. They said humans and Illyrians could heal together if we shared our energy. But they lied. They took my core, my heart, and filled it with a false one made of human light. It is collapsing now." Aaron's mind spun. "Then we need to find that false core and remove it." Alara nodded. "Yes, but it is not inside me anymore. It spread into you." The vision cracked. The silver field shattered like glass, and Aaron's body jolted back into the real world. He gasped, clutching his chest. Lyra ran to him. "What happened? Are you okay?" Aaron coughed, his skin flickering with faint light. "She showed me something. The human part of her is connected to me. If she dies, it'll kill both of us." Lyra's eyes widened. "Then you have to save her. You have to stop the breaking." Before he could respond, an alarm went off. The base sensors were detecting bioenergy fluctuations. Aaron cursed under his breath. Commander Rowe would be coming soon. He turned back to Lyra. We have to move her. If they find her here, they'll destroy her. And maybe me too. Lyra nodded quickly. There's an old chamber below the reactor. No one goes there. Aaron looked at her with surprise. How do you know that? Lyra gave a small, secret smile. Mom told me. She remembers this place. She said this base used to belong to them, before humans took it. That made Aaron freeze. This base used to be Illyrian? Lyra nodded. Long ago, before your kind came? Aaron stared at the glowing ceiling, realization washing over him. The human base he worked in wasn't built here. It was taken. No wonder Project Symbio began here. He lifted Alara carefully onto a stretcher. As he did, he felt her heartbeat pulsing inside his own. It was weak, but still there. As they rolled her out quietly, the hallway lights flickered again, and a soft voice whispered through Aaron's mind. Find the core. The truth is buried below. He gritted his teeth and whispered back, Hold on, Alara, I'm coming. Down the corridor, the shadows deepened. Hidden cameras followed their movement. Commander Rowe's cold smile appeared on the monitor. Run all you want, Doctor, she murmured. You can't hide from Project Symbio forever. And far below them, deep under the metal floors, something ancient began to hum, awakening after years of silence. The real secret of Illyria was about to surface. The hidden passage beneath the base smelled of metal dust and forgotten years. Dr. Aaron Miles gripped the rail tightly as he followed Lyra down the narrow stairs, carrying the stretcher that held Alara's trembling body. Dim blue lights flickered along the walls. Too old, too alien to be human design. Lyra moved gracefully despite the darkness. This way, she whispered. Mom said the humans sealed this place after they stole it. Aaron's boots echoed softly as they reached the bottom. The corridor opened into a massive underground chamber. Broken machines stood like rusted giants, their glass panels covered in dust. Strange runes glowed faintly on the walls, shifting like living letters. Aaron looked around in awe. This isn't human technology. Lyra nodded. This was Illyrian ground, long before your people came. Aaron carefully placed Alara on a clean surface and looked at the symbols carved into the metal. They were identical to the patterns that had appeared under his skin when he touched her. He whispered, These symbols, they're alive. They move. Lyra touched the wall gently, and the lights brightened. A deep hum filled the air. The chamber remembers her, she said. Aaron turned to his medical scanner, but before he could activate it, a strange sound filled the room, like whispering voices, low and distant. Then, a holographic projection blinked to life in the center of the chamber. It showed 3 humans, in white suits standing beside an Illyrian figure, Alara. They were smiling, speaking proudly. Project Symbio, the future of unity, said one of the men in the recording. Human science and Illyrian life fused into one perfect being. Aaron's stomach tightened. He recognized the logo on their suits. Earth Defense Corps Medical Division. He had worked under them years ago. The recording flickered, showing the next scene. Alara screaming on a metal table as bright wires pierced her skin. One of the humans shouted, Stabilize the core. We're losing her connection. Aaron's fists clenched. Monsters, he whispered. Lyra covered her face, trembling. That's what they did to her every day. The recording changed again, this time showing the project's final report. Experiment 12. Failure. Subject unstable. Terminate and relocate facility. Aaron stepped back, breathing heavily. They didn't just hurt her. They erased her existence. But then, another flicker appeared. A hidden file unlocked by the Illyrian symbols. The voice of the head scientist echoed through the room. Backup of neural data transferred to human candidate A. Miles, genetic code compatible. Testing complete. Subject will stabilize through Lifeline connection. Aaron froze. Candidate A. Miles. His own name. Lyra looked at him in confusion. That's you. He felt the ground tilt beneath him. No, that can't be. I was told I was just a volunteer doctor. I never. He stopped. Memories flashed. The blood tests during his first year. The injections they said were vaccines. The routine medical evaluations that never made sense. They used me, he whispered. They planned this. That's why I felt her pain. They tied me to her long before we met. Lyra's voice shook. They made you her lifeline. Aaron stared at Alara's glowing body. They made us both experiments. As he spoke, the runes on the wall pulsed brighter. The machines began to hum. One of the old Illyrian consoles activated, showing a holographic map, a glowing sphere deep below the planet's surface. Lyra pointed. That's her core, the true one. It's still here. Aaron narrowed his eyes. And it's inside the old reactor. He grabbed his scanner and checked Alara's vitals. Her heartbeat was faint, almost gone. If I can reach that core and reactivate it, maybe I can stabilize her. But if I fail, Lyra finished quietly, you both die. Aaron nodded. Then I can't fail. Before they could move, the ground shook. A loud voice echoed through the speakers. Commander Rowe. Dr. Miles, I know you're down there. Step away from the alien and surrender immediately. Lyra's eyes widened. They found us. Aaron looked around desperately. There has to be another exit. Lyra pointed to a tunnel on the far side of the chamber. That way leads to the reactor. Aaron quickly unplugged his gear, lifting Alara again. Come on. We don't have much time. They ran through the tunnel as the ceiling trembled. The sound of heavy footsteps echoed behind them. Soldiers, closing in fast. As they reached the next level, Aaron felt a powerful energy pulse through the floor. His skin glowed, reacting to it. The voice in his head whispered again, closer, you're almost there. He gritted his teeth and pushed forward. At the tunnel's end stood a massive sealed door, covered in more shifting runes. Lyra placed her small hands on them and they lit up instantly. Mom's energy is still here, she said softly. It knows you. Aaron pressed his palm to the glowing symbols. His arm shone bright silver, merging with the light. The door hissed and slowly slid open. A vast chamber stretched before them, filled with blue light swirling like a living ocean. In the center floated a crystal sphere beating like a heart. Aaron stared in awe. The Illyrian core. Lyra smiled through tears. That's what can save her. But before Aaron could step forward, the door behind them slammed shut, locking them in. A cold, mechanical voice filled the room. Unauthorized entry detected. Activating containment protocol. Red lights flared and steel shutters descended from above. Lyra grabbed his hand. They're trying to stop us. Aaron clenched his jaw. Then they'll have to kill me first. He looked at the glowing sphere ahead. Hold on, Alara, I'm bringing your heart back. And as he stepped toward the core, the floor began to crack open, revealing something deep, ancient, and awake. The reactor chamber trembled like a living heart. Blue light swirled around Dr. Aaron Miles and Lyra, painting their faces in ghostly glow. The Illyrian core floated above a metal platform, pulsing slowly as if breathing. Aaron stared at it, mesmerized. This is her true heart, he whispered. The humans ripped it out, but it never died. Lyra's silver eyes shimmered with tears. If you give it back, she will wake up again. Aaron placed Alara's limp body gently on the platform. Her skin was dull now, the soft glow fading. The connection between them weakened. He could feel it, his pulse slowing, his breath shallow. He took a deep breath and approached the core. The closer he got, the stronger the energy grew. His arms shook, his skin lighting up in the same pattern as the runes around the chamber. The voice in his mind grew louder. Aaron, bring me home, his heart ached. I'm here, Alara, just hold on. He reached out and touched the surface of the glowing sphere. It was warm, alive. A surge of energy shot through him like lightning. His vision filled with memories that weren't his. Stars, battles, scientists in white suits, and Alara screaming in pain. He saw the truth. Commander Rowe standing over her during the experiment, calm and cold. Rowe wasn't just a commander. She was the lead scientist of Project Symbio. Aaron's eyes widened. Rowe, she did this to you. Then, through the vision, he saw Ro speaking to a room full of officers. The Illyrian core is unstable. We can't control it. But if we bind it to a human host, we might weaponize the energy safely. Aaron gasped and stumbled back. The truth hit him like a blade. He was that host. The Lifeline wasn't meant to save Alara. It was meant to control her power. Lyra ran to him. What's wrong? He swallowed hard. Commander Ro. She planned this. She used me. She wanted to control your mother's power through me. Before Lyra could respond, the chamber's doors blasted open with a deafening roar. Soldiers in black armor stormed in, weapons raised. Commander Ro walked behind them, calm as ice. Step away from the alien, Doctor, she ordered. You've done enough damage. Aaron stood between Ro and the platform. You lied to me. You said Project Symbio was shut down. Ro smirked. Oh, it was, publicly. But you know how science works, Miles. Progress never truly ends. You were part of it from the start. Your genetics matched the Illyrian sequence perfectly. That's why she bonded with you. Lyra's voice trembled. You hurt my mother. Ro looked at her with no emotion. Your mother was a mistake. A broken bridge between two worlds. But her energy will serve a greater purpose. Aaron clenched his fists. You can't use her like that again. Ro raised an eyebrow. Can't? You're already helping me, Doctor. You've reactivated the core for us. At her signal, the soldiers aimed their weapons. Aaron grabbed Lyra and pulled her behind him. Run! But there was nowhere to go. The exit sealed shut. Ro stepped forward, speaking into a communicator. Activate containment. The floor panels lit up, trapping Aaron, Lyra, and Alara inside a glowing ring. Energy barriers rose around them, humming with lethal power. Aaron's pulse raced. The Lifeline bond pulsed wildly inside him. He could feel Alara's faint heartbeat growing weaker. I can't let this happen, he whispered. Lyra held his arm tightly. She's fading. Do something. Aaron placed both hands on the platform and closed his eyes. The connection between him and Alara flared. Threads of silver light linking their bodies. Ro's eyes widened. What are you doing? She shouted. Aaron's voice trembled but grew stronger. Finishing what you started, but not for your control. For her freedom. The energy surged. The lights flickered. Alara's body began to glow again, her trembling slowing. Ro screamed, Stop him! Kill him now! Gunfire echoed through the chamber, but the bullets never reached him. The energy field exploded outward, sending soldiers flying like leaves in a storm. The air filled with white light and a deep melodic hum. Alara's voice. When the light faded, Alara stood tall on the platform, her eyes shining like twin stars. She was no longer weak. Her presence filled the room with power and calm. Ro stepped back in shock. Impossible. Alara's voice was soft but commanding. You took my heart. You used my child's tears. Now you will face what you created. Ro tried to aim her weapon, but it melted in her hands. The energy in the room wrapped around her like invisible chains. Aaron fell to one knee, gasping. The Lifeline bond burned inside him. He could feel her strength and her sorrow. Alara turned to him. Aaron, you freed me, but our link runs too deep. If I release my power, it will destroy you. He smiled weakly. Then don't hold back. Save Lyra, save yourself. Her eyes softened. You are not like them. You are what they were meant to be, the bridge. Ro screamed. She's unstable. Kill her! But it was too late. The Illyrian core pulsed one final time, sending a wave of light through the entire base. When the glow cleared, the soldiers were gone. The machines lay silent. Commander Ro had vanished. Only her burned insignia remained. Lyra looked around in awe. She saved us. Aaron, barely conscious, smiled faintly. For now. Alara stood over him, glowing softly, tears of light falling from her eyes. Rest, Lifeline. The storm is not over. The world above will come for us next. And as the chamber went quiet, a deep rumble echoed from far above, the sound of Earth's ships entering Martian orbit. The real war was about to begin. The silence after the explosion felt heavier than sound itself. Dust floated in slow motion through the air, glowing faintly in the blue light of the Illyrian core. The walls of the ancient chamber cracked, groaning under the pressure of what had just happened. Dr. Aaron Miles opened his eyes slowly. His body ached, his vision blurred. When he tried to move, silver threads flickered beneath his skin, pulsing weakly, proof that the Lifeline still existed. He turned his head and saw Lyra kneeling beside her mother. Ilara stood, glowing faintly, her once trembling body now calm and still. Her eyes, however, carried sorrow deeper than space itself. Aaron's voice came out as a weak whisper. "You did it. You stopped her." Ilara looked at him with a soft, sad smile. "I stopped one of them, but not all. Your kind has already awakened the others." Lyra's small hand gripped her mother's. "We have to go. The walls are breaking." Indeed, they were. Cracks spread like spider webs across the ceiling. Far above, the deep rumble of engines echoed. Earth ships had entered the Martian sky. Aaron forced himself to stand. "They're coming for us." Ilara nodded slowly. "Yes, they will not allow me to live. Not after what I know." "And not after what you are becoming?" Aaron frowned. "What I'm becoming?" She stepped closer, her glow illuminating his trembling hands. "You've been touched by the core. Your blood carries both our energies now. You're no longer only human." Aaron looked down at his skin, watching faint silver light flow through his veins. "Then I'm like you." Ilara shook her head gently. "Not like me. You are something new, a true lifeline, the first bridge between our worlds." Before Aaron could reply, the ground shook violently. Metal beams fell from above, crashing against the ancient floor. The blue glow of the core began to flicker. Lyra screamed. "It's collapsing!" Ilara looked around, her eyes glowing brighter. "The core is unstable. The energy from my awakening has disrupted its balance." Aaron stepped forward. "Then we stabilize it." She turned to him sharply. "You don't understand. The only way to stop the collapse is to complete the fusion." He froze. "Fusion?" Ilara nodded slowly. "You and I are connected by the lifeline. If we merge completely, the energy will stabilize, but you will cease to exist as you are." Aaron's heartbeat thundered in his ears. "You mean I'll die?" She looked down. "Your body will, but your essence will live on within me. We will be one." Lyra's voice cracked. "No, you can't." "I just got you both back." Aaron looked between the mother and child. He could see the terror in Lyra's eyes, the same fear he felt. But above them, alarms began to blare. The humans had found a way into the lower tunnels. Red light spilled from vents as automated systems began to lock down. He had no time to think, no time to doubt. Aaron reached out and grabbed Ilara's hand. "If this is the only way to save you, to save her, then let's finish it." Ilara shook her head, tears of light streaming down her face. "You don't have to do this," he smiled weakly. "Yes, I do, because I was part of the mistake that broke you. Let me be the one who fixes it." Lyra's sobs echoed softly in the chamber. "Please don't leave me." Aaron knelt and held her shoulders. "Hey, look at me. I'm not leaving. I'll still be here, just different." The ground split open behind them, revealing bright blue energy boiling beneath. The Illyrian core pulsed erratically, seconds away from exploding. Ilara extended her hands. Silver and blue energy flowed from her body, wrapping around Aaron like threads of light. His skin glowed, his heartbeat syncing perfectly with hers. "Ready?" she whispered. He nodded. "Let's finish it." Their hands met. The moment they touched, a brilliant flash filled the chamber. The world dissolved into light. Aaron felt himself floating, weightless, endless, surrounded by stars. He saw Ilara's memories, her pain, her love, her promise to protect her people. And in return, she saw his guilt, his kindness, his wish to save lives. Their voices merged. Their hearts beat as one. Together, they said. The energy surged outward, spreading through the reactor and into the entire base. The collapsing ceiling froze mid-fall. The walls reformed. The violent quakes stopped. When the light faded, Lyra stood alone on the platform, her eyes filled with tears, but not sadness. Awe. In front of her stood a single figure, taller, stronger, glowing with both human and Illyrian light. Aaron and Ilara were gone, replaced by something new, a being of balance. Its voice echoed gently through the chamber. "I am not Aaron. I am not Ilara. I am what they became. The bridge." Lyra's tears glowed as she whispered, "Mom?" "Aaron?" The being smiled softly. "We are both, and we will protect you." Outside, the Martian surface trembled again as Earth's fleet began its descent. Lyra looked up at the glowing figure. "They're coming." The bridge turned toward the sound, its eyes blazing with calm strength. "Then let them come." As the first human dropships pierced the atmosphere, A pulse of light shot up from the crater, spreading across the red planet like a heartbeat. The fusion was complete. The Lifeline lived on, and this time humanity was about to meet what it had created. The Martian dawn was no longer red. It glowed silver and blue, the color of rebirth. Where once stood the ruins of base Helios 9, a new tower of light now reached toward the thin sky, alive, breathing and humming with power. Lyra stood on a ridge, staring at the glow rising from the crater below. Her small hands clutched the silver pendant that once belonged to her mother. She could still feel the heartbeat within it, faint but warm. Behind her, the wind howled. Earth's ships had arrived. Dozens of black carriers hovered in the sky, their spotlights sweeping across the dust storms. A deep mechanical voice boomed from their loudspeakers. "Attention unauthorized life forms. You are in violation of Earth Defense Protocol. Surrender immediately." Lyra's heart pounded. "They're here," she whispered. "They'll destroy everything again." Before she could take a step, the ground trembled gently, not with violence but life. The air shimmered, and from the light a tall figure emerged. Half human, half Illyrian, neither one, yet both. It was the bridge. Their body glowed softly, skin like living metal, eyes like starlight. Their voice was calm and kind, a blend of two souls speaking as one. "Don't be afraid, Lyra," the bridge said. "You are safe now." Lyra ran to them and threw her arms around their waist. "I knew you'd come back," she sobbed. "But are you still my mom? Are you still Aaron?" The bridge knelt down, their glowing hand brushing her hair gently. "We are both. Ilara's heart beats within us and Aaron's will guides us. Together we are the Lifeline." Lyra's tears fell silently. "The humans are coming. They'll hurt you again." The bridge stood tall, looking toward the fleet. "Then they will learn what it means to harm what they do not understand." High above, the carriers began to descend. Their weapons charged, humming with deadly energy. Commander Rowe's voice echoed over the speakers, cold and sharp. "Dr. Miles, or whatever you've become, you are a threat to human safety. Surrender the alien energy source now, or Mars will burn." The bridge's eyes glowed brighter. "Still so blind, Commander. You never wanted safety. You wanted control." Rowe's ship spread into formation. "Fire on my command." But before she could finish the sentence, the ground split open. Blue roots of energy erupted from beneath the surface, wrapping around the fleet's engines like living vines. The ships trembled, their lights flickering. Lyra shielded her eyes. "What's happening?" The bridge raised a hand. "We are not attacking them. We are showing them what life feels like when it is connected, when every pulse is shared." Through the Lifeline bond, the humans inside the ship suddenly felt it. The pain of Illyria, the sorrow of every experiment, every scream Ilara had endured. They felt Aaron's guilt, his hope, his compassion. Across the sky, the gunfire stopped. Pilots gasped, unable to pull the trigger. Commander Rowe clutched her chest, overwhelmed by the echo of emotions flooding her mind. What is this?" The bridge's voice echoed through every ship, calm yet powerful. "It is empathy, Commander. The very thing your science forgot to measure." Rowe screamed into the comms. "Shut it out! Break the link!" But no one obeyed. One by one, the ships began to retreat, their weapons powering down. Lyra looked up in awe. "You stopped them, without fighting." The bridge smiled softly. "That is what Aaron wanted. Not war, but understanding." As the last of the ships faded into the upper atmosphere, silence returned. The Martian wind whispered around them. Lyra tugged gently at the bridge's hand. "What happens now?" They looked toward the glowing horizon. "Now Mars becomes home. A new home for both our kinds. If your people will learn to listen." Lyra tilted her head. "And you? Will you stay?" The bridge's voice softened. "We are not meant to stay in one place. The Lifeline must grow, reach beyond one planet, one race. We will go where healing is needed." Lyra's eyes filled with tears again. "Then I'll be alone." The bridge knelt, touching her heart. A faint silver light passed from their palm into her chest. "No, child. You carry us now. Our light, our bond, our hope. The next Lifeline begins with you." Lyra gasped as the glow settled inside her. "It's warm." The bridge smiled. "That warmth is connection. Never lose it." They rose slowly, their form beginning to dissolve into shimmering light. The wind carried their voice like a song, part human, part Illyrian, endless and calm. Tell your world the shaking has stopped. Life endures. And with that, the bridge ascended into the sky, merging with the glowing energy that now surrounded Mars. The light pulsed one final time, steady, peaceful, alive. Lyra stood alone on the ridge, staring upward. The pendant in her hand glowed softly, beating in time with her heart. For the first time in her young life, she smiled. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Aaron. I'll keep the lifeline safe. Far above, the stars flickered, and one shone brighter than all the rest, pulsing softly like a heartbeat. The legend of the human who became the bridge between worlds was only beginning. And somewhere in the vast silence of space, two voices whispered as one, "The lifeline never breaks."